Good morning. My name is Naomi. Welcome back to my channel. Right now, I am working on that bag that I started the other day. Decided I better get it done today because the coworker that I'm making it for, her birthday is today, which means I need to have it on her desk tomorrow morning when she walks in. So I am going to finish this thing. And it's not like I have that much farther to go. I have this much of the variegated yarn, and then I switch back to the green yarn. These bags are seriously the easiest to make. It's literally just crochet a rectangle and then start crocheting in the round and round and round and round and round. And then make handles at the top, which is also super easy. So I should probably just one of these days make a video and show you how I make the handles. But all it is just single crochets. Pretty much the whole bag is single crochets. So very, very easy to do. Now this is my third attempt at this video. I have had a lot of activity on my street. A lot of activity. Kids across the street playing right in the middle of the street, which bothers me, of course, as a mother who raised children on this street and is aware of how people come tearing down this street super fast. I did not allow my children to play in the street. There was a rule. You were not allowed to play in the street. So it kind of bothers me when I see parents just not paying attention and just letting their kids play in the street. But everybody parents their own way. So there's been that. And the house kind of across the street, kitty corner from us, the owner has been repairing it. So there's been a lot of activity there for the last year. But now they just yesterday put up a for sale sign. So the house is for sale. And right now there is a family over there. They are viewing the house, checking it out. So I hope that the owner fixed the sewage problem, because the big issue with the house is that in the spring the sewage backs up and then people lose their belongings and move out and nobody's happy. And it would happen like every year. So I'm hoping that he finally fixed that little issue so that isn't happening anymore. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. We are not here to talk about issues with houses in my neighborhood or kids playing in the street. I just wanted to talk a little bit while crocheting, and I wanted to talk a little bit about minimalism. And you'll see a lot of videos. There is a whole movement toward minimalism and owning less, and I think that it is great. And it is amazing. And I think that going minimal where we can is always a good thing. And I will say specifically for myself, when I own too much crap, it starts to stress me out. I feel crowded and like my house is cluttered. Now I have a small house, so it doesn't take much. Some people have larger houses and it would take a lot more stuff to make their house look cluttered. But for me, it doesn't take much at all. And so I tend to go through these phases where I get really frustrated and stressed out and I've just had enough, and then I start purging my house. And I'm in one of those phases right now. I have been very busy, so I haven't had as much time for housework. So when I go to do the housework and I've got to move a bunch of stuff around that we technically don't even need, I get a little frustrated. So I start throwing stuff in boxes and running it to Salvation Army to get rid of it. I have a box going right now in my home office of stuff that will be going to Salvation Army tomorrow. I will drop it off on my way home from work because I have to come right past Salvation Army anyway. But for me, minimalism is about reducing the stress in my life. As someone who I've spent my whole life fighting autoimmune issues, And I go through phases of life where I am just tired, where I just don't want to deal with a whole lot of stuff. And I want less that I have to take care of. And it is somewhat true that the more you own, the more your stuff owns you. Because now you've got stuff you've got to maintain and take care of and keep clean. So for me, it is just so much better and easier if I can just reduce the clutter and reduce how much I own. Now, right now, I'll tell you, I have this habit, this thing that I do. I have a tote box. And if I need to declutter a surface and I don't know what to do with this stuff and I'm just frustrated, I need to declutter it fast, I just shove everything in this tote box. I shove the tote box in the closet. And then I forget about the tote box. Months go by. So then my question is, if months go by and I don't need anything in the tote box, I don't miss anything in the tote box, do I really need what is in the tote box? So then it's time to pull out the tote box and just get rid of stuff. And I have the tote box sitting in the closet right now, or one tote box. There was two. I've already taken care of one, but I have a smaller one on the top shelf of the closet that I just need to pull down and figure out how I'm going to get rid of what's in the tote box. If it is items that can be donated, they'll be donated. If it's stuff that I just need to throw away, it'll be thrown away. If there is, for some reason, some kind of precious keepsake that I have to keep forever and ever, then it will find a new home. But I doubt that there are precious keepsakes in there that I have to keep forever and ever. And then another area that I really need to work on is the kitchen drawers. I have a lot of kitchen gadgets. I don't use all of them. So I need to go through the drawer and I need to figure out what I can live without and just get rid of it. I have this lemon squeezer, lemon press, I think is what it's called. I don't think I've ever used it. I own it. Why do I own it? If I ever want to put lemon in water, all I do is just cut the lemon and then just squeeze it with my hand. I've done that my entire life. I have a lemon press and I could literally use a lemon press, but I don't. Why? Probably because I don't want to wash a lemon press. It's quick to just like rinse your hand off, but I don't want to add another thing to my pile of dirty dishes that I have to clean. You know what I mean? So I'm probably just going to get rid of the lemon press. It'll go in the donate box. There's a variety of things that we have that I just don't understand why we have them. It doesn't make sense. I was just asking my daughter last weekend, or no, it was this last week at work. One of the days we were having lunch together and I asked her what she wanted done with a coworker when I worked at Walmart gave my daughter a partial set of china. It's pretty. I will say it's pretty, but my daughter doesn't know what to do with it. She's moved out. She didn't take the china with her because she doesn't know what to do with it. And I finally asked her, I was like, what do you want done with that china? Because I kind of am tired of having a whole extra set of china crammed into the china hutch that's never going to get used. I asked her, I said, do you want it or do you want me to donate it? And she said donate it because she doesn't know what she wants to do with it. She's got tons of dishes, and she said that when her grandma dies, she inherits her grandma's china, so she doesn't need two sets of china, and this set is just a partial set anyway. It's only, I think it's large plates, small plates, and maybe the saucers? I don't know, but it's missing quite a few pieces. It's just it's literally just 2 or 3 of the kind of pieces that you would find in a china set. So I'm going to take those to Salvation Army and donate those at Salvation Army. And they're very pretty. I think it has blue roses or something. Really pretty china. But it's only a partial set. So I have been slowly working on donating, purging my house, donating, and it's easier for me to keep the house clean if I don't have a bunch of junk sitting around that I don't need. Which I assume is true for most people, but for those of us who work full-time and then come home and have our housewifely duties on top of working full-time, it definitely makes our lives easier if we have less to deal with. So let me know in the comments below. Have you ever tried minimalism? Do you live by it? Do you enjoy minimalism? How do you prefer to handle the overwhelming piles of stuff that you accumulate when you own a house? Because that is a legitimate problem when you own a house. When you own a house, you just start to accumulate stuff. So let me know how you handle the overwhelming piles of stuff. And if you have any tips for reducing clutter, I would love to see those in the comments below. I always like to see how other people handle life's little problems that come at them. So thank you for watching and have a great day.